This Let's Play was supported by these awesome hobby companies.
Hey everyone, it's Az with Beasts of War, and today we've got a Let's Play of the brand new Nemesis, and joining me on this broken down ship going through space, we have Colin.
Hello.
Who I may call Coco throughout the video, may jump between the two, and we have Lance. Now this is difficult. Well, I have to call you lovely things because you're here with me now. I'm joined by both my editors, which means that this video could look completely different to how I record it to how you guys at home see it. Now, we're playing the new game Nemesis from Awaken Realms, and it is worth noting that we are playing with a prototype. So this is a Kickstarter game. This is an early version of both the game and the rules and the minis. So if you're interested in the project, go and check it out on Kickstarter, but please keep in mind this might not be the exact representation of the game that you do get yourselves if you back it. We are aboard Nemesis. Let's have a look at the ship. So
it's a pretty cool prototype.
It's a very cool prototype and a very awesome ship. The ship littered with rooms that we have to explore, because basically what has happened is we've all awoken from deep sleep. We've all woken from the hibernatorium. Pronunciation iffy. And we've found that our captain, his pod has burst open. It's covered in blood, and out of his chest something has erupted, and we're all waking up in the middle of the ship in this bay here, essentially without the ability to remember what's amnesia. We can't remember what's around the ship, where all the rooms are. We know where the cockpit is at the front and the engines are at the back, but everything else is kind of a blur. The other thing we know, and we can tell from the fact that our captain's been eviscerated and his body is strewn across the whole hibernatorium, is there's something on board with us that we're going to have to deal with. Now, we're going to play through and just let you guys learn along as we go at home, but this is really a kind of horror secret objective game. So not only are we all running about the ship, but we all also have these primary goal cards, which we were given 2 at the start, and then each of us chose one of these to keep it secret. And the goals could be things like get the ship back to Earth, it could be try and retrieve some of the alien, it could be even betrayer goals like trying to actually take one of your friendly crewmen out like you've been turned.
Who would do that?
Well, Intruders and the likes, yeah, you got to be careful. So we all have our own personal goals, but generally we all want to ensure that the ship makes it back to Earth. And on the board, we do have this round tracker down here. We have 15 rounds. I'm going to pop this on round 15 until the ship is going to make its jump. If we're not ensured that all the engines, or at least 2 of the 3 engines are working, and we're not back in the hibernatoriums or into one of the escape pods by 15, we're basically going to get lost in space. We're going to get obliterated by the ship jumping. So we have to ensure the engines are working, try and survive the alien infestation, and also make sure the coordinates are going either to Earth or, depending on our secret objectives, wherever we want them to go at the time that we make the jump.
Sounds easy enough.
Sounds easy enough. Now to do this, we each have a deck of cards, and we start by drawing 6 of these. And I should also mention that I am playing the pilot, who has a deck that's a little bit better at navigating and changing the coordinates and dealing with the cockpit. Lance, who are you playing?
I'm playing the scout. She doesn't have a name, so let's call her Sarah.
Okay. I like alliteration, makes it easier to remember. And the scout's more about kind of moving stealthily. The scout's better at evading aliens and kind of staying out of trouble. And Colin?
I am playing the scientist, and he is going to be examining the dead bodies and find out what's causing this outbreak.
Nice. So it will help us if we can find bits of the alien and look at the crew members and trying to find evidence to kind of work out what kind of things we're up against. And we can actually find weaknesses and different hints and tips to kind of how to deal with the aliens if we spend time researching them, but you don't always have that time. Okay, as the highest ranking person alive, currently, as it stands, that means I am going to be going first. So let me have a nosy at what I have available here. Now, your cards in your hand can be used to perform basic actions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard one of those cards to move. Now, on the board, my character is that one just over there, I think. No, this is me here. Yeah. So I'm going to move my character across to the first room, which means I'm going to reveal it and find out what that is. So I'll move across to here, and we'll find out what the room is. The room is Oh, it's actually the shower room. So this is a room that you could use to remove slime from you if you get covered in alien goop. Now that's not all I have to do. So I can put the shower room back on the board. I also have to see what condition the room is in. And in this case, I'll actually show it to you guys. It's quite a small little token, but this is like an exploration token. It shows me there's 3 items in the room that I can potentially search and look at, but it's also currently malfunctioning. It's broken down. So I'm going to put a token in there just to make sure we're clear that that room needs to be repaired before we can actually use it. The next thing I need to do, because I ran about the ship, is to make a noise roll. And this dice is going to start making, the way I like to theme it, you might do it differently at home, but the way I like to do it is saying that as we're walking about, we're generating noise. And that echoes around the corridors of the ship. And if you ever make too noise down one of the corridors, too much noise, you're going to alert aliens and they're just going to basically come running out of nowhere to get you.
It's a metal ship.
Yeah.
It's going to make noise.
Exactly. And we've just recovered. We're probably staggering about a little bit. You know, we're not fully compos mentis. So I'm going to pop that in there. And I get a 2. Now, if I look at the ship itself then, what I do is I take one of the noise cubes, I look at the room that I am now in, and there's actually a corridor leading off this room with a 2 in it. So I'm going to put a little cube there to represent that noise I've just made. And that's going down according to the dice roll. If another cube goes down there to represent more noise, we're going to have the intruders pop out, and we're going to get to meet one of the vast array of potential intruders that you're going to see over the course of the game. Let's see, what I want to do is I'm probably going to search the room actually.
It's worth noting as well that you can take as many turns as you want, providing you have the cards.
Yep. The downside being is, although you have 6 cards, you can take as many actions as you like. Whatever cards you leave in your hand represents your determination, your kind of your vigor. Because if an alien pounces onto you, you're going to get panicked by that sudden shock of it happening. And the number of cards you have in your hand are going to represent how well you resist becoming panicked and getting overwhelmed. If you go too low and something jumps out to you, you could end up in a panic and some negative effects like falling down a hole or something like that. That was very Dungeons and Dragons rather than sci-fi. Actually, you'd fall down a ventilation shaft. There we go. So I'm going to discard another card, and I'm going to use that to actually, yeah, I'm going to use it to move again. I'm going to head towards the cockpit. I want to see what is happening and where we're currently destined to go. So I'm going to move from here along this corridor into this one. And okay, I have found hatch control. So this is actually used to unlock a chosen escape pod. Now that's important because in a 3-player game, there are 3 escape pods, each with 2 seats in them, but you have to unlock them and then also find where the boarding point is before you can actually get into an escape pod. Now this room is also malfunctioned, oh for goodness sake, but it does have an item. It does have 3 items actually, but I don't currently have a search card in my hand, so I can't actually deal with it right now. I do think though hatch control is going to be something that I want for my personal objective. I'd quite like to ensure that I get off the ship. So I'm going to spend, I'll show this to you guys at home, the repair card. Now the repair card, you can see here, it says repair at the top. It tells you what it does, which is going to repair a room. It can't be used in combat, and it does come with an additional cost of 1 card as well. So I'm going to discard the repair card, but also another card along with it, which means I can discard a damage marker from the room you're in. So I'm going to repair the hatch control, basically. You guys are welcome. You know, the escape pods are probably going to be useful at some point.
That sounds suspicious, though, that you're already planning to escape the ship and not just pilot us home.
Well, I'm going to lock it. Shush. The secret objectives, of course, make this a little bit interesting. I'll set the coordinates for Earth, and then just to make sure, I'll just hop in a pod to Earth myself, separate to the ship. Just, you know.
Okay.
That's wasted
Use
fuel.
less fuel. No, I was going to say it uses less fuel, but no, it definitely uses more fuel. I do also need to make a sound roll for coming into here. So I get myself a 3, which is going to mean that we take another noise cube.
Ventilation shaft.
Yeah, now I'll show you guys at home, just down here. There's ventilation shafts, which aren't corridors that you can walk down, at least at this stage of the prototype of the game, but aliens can pop out of them. You know, you can essentially imagine that the intruders are kind of running about the ship all over the place looking for a scent or a noise. If you look at the Kickstarter page, there may well be a stretch goal in the future which might have a character who would be able to kind of use those tubes, use those vents, but at this stage of the game we're still just playing without them, so we'll not be going into the vents, at least I'm not risking it. At that point, I've really found 2 not very exciting rooms out, a shower and a hatch control, but I'd far rather find something that I could have used to get some equipment. But I've no search cards, I've got 2 left, so I'm going to hold on to these 2, and I'm going to pass my turn on to you, Lance.
To me, okay, Scout is going to run south towards the engine room, I think. I'm going to discard my suppressive fire. over here.
Do you want to reveal that, Colin? Pass it over?
And can you pass me the dice so I can roll for
so
noise?
just let's see what room we got. So we've got this is the engine room themselves. So this room will actually let you reveal all the status of the engines, because the engines can either be working or currently malfunctioning. And there's 3 engines. We need at least 2 of them to be operating to successfully make a jump. Now, Lance would get to see that and we wouldn't, which means he could keep that information to himself depending on what his objective is. So some noise.
Let's roll for noise.
That's a 1.
1, okay.
Okay. And that's currently malfunctioning in that room, but there are 2 items in it. It's worth noting at this point there are multiple different colours of rooms. You'll see that's a yellow room, and that means any items you take from that room will come from the yellow deck, which are generally things like chemicals, equipment, tools. They're kind of like engineering tools. There are also green cards, which generally relate to food, medicine, bandages, that kind of stuff. And there's also a red deck of cards, which generally represents an arsenal, weapons, potentially even grenades, prototype stuff, things like that.
Now, because it has the cogs on the token, I'm going to use basic repairs.
Okay.
Discard a damage marker from the room you're in. If you're in the engine room, check engine state and break/repair it.
Okay.
So I'm going to repair,
You need to
which
get
costs me 2
extra cards on top. Basic repair is not quite as good as repairs, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, you're going to get to do a repair and check the engines as well.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So take away. Oh yeah,
that would have been
take the token off and discard those. And we're gonna not look on. If you want to pass the 3, make sure to keep them in order. They should have numbers 1, 2, and 3 on them.
Yeah, they do.
You want to share this with people at home, or you want to keep this to yourself?
I will happily share it with you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look away, and I'm gonna let Lance show. Go on, wait. Okay.
Okay.
You done them all?
Yes.
Okay. Let's flip back. Okay. So. Ideally, we need 2 of them to be functioning, and now if Lance was a team player, he'd tell us which ones we had to fix if we needed to fix any of them.
You want to get back to Earth, don't you, buddy? You want to let us know if we need to repair something, right?
Well, you just did a magician's trick on me.
I think
that one is...
I just reversed it. You give it them the other way around.
Yeah, I think you're okay, because the numbers should all match up 1, 2, and 3, so
Yeah.
I hope they should be all back in place.
These 2 are damaged.
So 1 and 2 up that side of the board
Yes.
are both down. But this one you're saying is fine.
Yes, it's fine.
And there's no way you'd be leading us the wrong way, and actually the one down there is broken.
Now you're confusing me.
I'm a scout, not an engineer, damn it.
No. These 2 are broken. That one is fine.
Okay.
I trust you.
I think we should still
You
unlock.
get the engine fixed. I'll navigate us to Earth. You
I'll
just kick
unlock
back and
the
relax.
pods, the escape pods. Yeah. Just
We are going
just
to
in
escape
case.
them?
You never know.
Okay. Any further actions?
No, I think I'm going to leave it there.
Okay.
So,
All right, Colin.
Coco.
Okay. Well, as the scientist, I'm going to do some science
Okay.
with my analytical equipment. It's a one-off use item I have here. If I pick up this human corpse we have in the hibernatorium,
Our poor dead captain. He's just been.
just scoot
It's
over
always
here.
the captain.
So you're gonna have to use an action to pick up the item.
Yes. So I'll discard one of my cards.
So you can pick up heavy objects like bodies or even like alien eggs, intruder eggs, for example. But they are going to reduce how many cards you draw at the end of your turn. You draw 1 less for that.
But then
Yeah.
I will discard another card to use that
Lab
item
tools, yep.
and reveal a alien weakness.
Cool. So we'll take the captain away. We'll assume you've scanned what you can get from him. And then on the alien board, we basically have crewman body, an egg, and intruder corpse. So I'm going to show you guys at home, by scanning the captain's body, we've been able to learn something. Now this one actually says, all the weapon attacks apart from flamethrower and Molotov cocktail give 1 additional hit. That's actually really awesome. So they're basically vulnerable to energy, and most of our weapons across the board, except when we concoct a Molotov cocktail, for example, are energy. So that's basically double damage, or, well, at least an additional damage.
Okay.
Sweet.
I'll discard another card to
Yeah.
move. Start exploring the rest of the ship, trying to remember what this place looks like.
Okay.
And we've got the emergency room.
Okay, so the emergency room enables basic sort of medical procedures. And what kind of state is that room in?
The emergency room has recently been attacked by aliens.
Okay, so there's 3 items in there, but there's signs, claw marks on the door, and wrecked machines where they've kind of been running about there recently. This means that you have to make 2 noise rolls because they're basically nearby. So that first one's a 3.
3.
Okay. And again.
One more.
And that's an exclamation mark. Now, there's only one of those on the dice, and if that happens, any nearby intruders that are not already engaged with another member of the crew come running from adjacent rooms into yours and basically pounce onto you. But because there's none currently in the board around you, at the moment we're fine with that. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that's all right. There's 3 items in there. I have a search,
Okay,
so I will draw one of
So
the
that's-
green items.
take it down to 2. So green item, here you go, sir. What do
Thank
you
you.
get?
I got synthetical food. Draw 2 cards from your action deck.
Awesome. Okay.
I
Not too
may
bad.
as well do that now. Use a card and draw 2 more.
Yeah, so you're using one and using the item, I assume it gets expended straight away.
Yeah. Remove after
You
use.
get 2 more.
Does that go at the bottom of the pile then?
No, I don't think we've got big stacks of items. I don't think we're going to worry too much. If we're alive long enough to get through one of the stacks of items, I'll be really happy.
15 rounds.
15. Whoop.
3 cards left. I'm feeling brave enough. I'm going to use one to move on out
Okay.
to another room.
All right. Where are you heading to?
Maybe I'll head down here.
Okay. So what have you got in there? Here we have the generator. Now this is a potentially dangerous room. The generator allows you to enable and disable the auto destruction on the ship. Now, as Lance mentioned, there are 15 rounds until the ship attempts to make its jump back to Earth. However, if you enable the auto destruct, that's only going to take 5 rounds, or let's say 5 hours, for example, to happen. So that could shorten the game drastically if someone decided to activate that. The other thing that can be done is the pilot or anybody can get to the cockpit and enable a sooner jump to try and get us to Earth a bit quicker. So in the generator room, 1 item and nothing. So no alien, no broken, no doors, just okay.
Okay.
To change your plan a little bit. Now you realise you can blow up the ship.
It's a secret
I'm going to use
objective.
my other search
Okay.
to get that
So
one
there's
item in there.
Yeah, just remove that now. There's no items left in that room, and you get a yellow card.
Yellow item. And that's a fire extinguisher. So I can put out fires, or I can use it on an intruder to make them immediately withdraw.
That's
Fire
really
extinguisher
cool,
is the
actually.
boss in this game.
Just like, shh, get away.
Just an improvised weapon there.
I just love the idea if you've got a shotgun in hand and you're like, not worth the ammo, I'll lift my fire extinguisher and just hose them down. So you're...
Cool, and that's me.
Okay.
That'll do.
So once everyone's taken a turn, we basically move from the player phase into the intruder phase. And the first thing that happens in that phase is the intruder's attack. Now on the board, we've been very lucky so far. We've got some noise spread, but there aren't actually any intruders showing anyway yet, so we can skip that. The next phase is then fires. As it stands, we have no fires on the ship, thank goodness. We do have a fire extinguisher ready, just in case, which is nice.
I'm well prepared.
But then we do have an event, so something is going to happen to kind of speed things along. So if I draw an event card, this one is called Hunt. Now, on the event card, it does tell you how any intruders currently on the board will move, and there's symbols to match each type of the 4 intruders. So I'll skip over that for now. And then we've got, it says, each adult form of intruder which is not in a fight moves to a neighbouring room. So if any of them were free to start hunting, don't need to worry. If there are a couple of rooms like that, we would move to if they had a choice, they'd move to the room with the lower number. So generally, actually, that is great that that's come and gone now, because it's not going to impact us at all.
Awesome.
Cool. Okay, end of the round. Now what we do is we're going to move the time marker, and then we have to draw up to 6 cards, as long as you're not currently holding a heavy item and you've got no intruders or enemies in your space. So I will draw up. Okay. And we'll go ahead into the next round with 14 rounds remaining. Okay, so start of the round, back to 6 cards. I now have myself in a far better position in a white room, which means I can actually draw cards from any deck when I'm searching here. There's 3 items in there, and I have now drawn up a couple of search cards. So I'm actually going to search once, and I'm going to draw from the red deck. I'm going to grab myself a weapon, hopefully. I get the prototype pistol, has ammunition 3, and I can re-roll every combat roll. However, if I roll a miss, I have to discard this card. That's nice, so that's guaranteed hits. Well, not guaranteed hits, but hopefully guaranteed hits, but it could break because it's a prototype if I fail. So that'll go down to 2 items left in that room. I'm thinking maybe of grabbing another item just while I've got a bit of quiet here. Yeah. Well, you guys, are you more keen to explore the ship some more and get some more rooms revealed so we can find some more stuff, or Would you rather I kind of get up to the cockpit, find out where we're going?
Personally, I would rather we get to the cockpit and save ourselves, save our skins.
And we're all happy going back to Earth, right? No one's got any other...
For sure, yeah.
I want to go to Earth.
And as the pilot, we're trusting you to navigate us right there.
Earth, yeah?
Yes, sir.
No Martian detours, please.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to search again, and then I'm going to head to the cockpit just to get in the position to do that. So I'll search again, and this time I'll grab a yellow card for some tools or equipment. I do actually grab some tools, which can basically use to repair a room, close or open bulkhead doors, or I can actually break or repair engines if I'm down in the engine rooms. Cool. Then let's go ahead and discard a card to move. I'll head into the cockpit, please, buddy. Thank you very much.
Important for duty.
So in the cockpit, what I think I'll do in there... Oh, I need to roll my noise. Yeah, so I get a 3, which, if you pop that down for me, please, Lance, up the top there. Yeah. Good. That could have gone badly, actually. For the cockpit, to activate the room, then, I need to spend 2 actions, but thankfully, I have a card called Piloting. Now, this is, again, showing you a little bit how each of the decks differ. This is a card unique to the pilot, and this is going to enable me to use the pilot, the cockpit, for just this card instead of having to add 2 cards in. So, let's have a look at the current coordinates. Okay, so we're currently locked in to A178, which I'll tell you guys, that would take us to new galaxies. If we want to go to Earth, which I'm going to change it to now, and our understanding is in the prototype rules that when we activate this room, we can do both, but it might not be that way in the final game. I'm going to switch that, please, to D896, which will be the coordinates for Earth.
Okay.
So should we hit the bottom of the timer and 2 engines be working, that will be our jump destination. Now, I do have a card called the Emergency Jump Key. Now, this, if I wanted to, when I'm in the cockpit, I could use to plug into the console, activate that emergency jump, and that would drop us down from 14 rounds remaining to 6 rounds remaining, and a jump much quicker. How do you feel? Do you want to keep exploring a bit more? Do you want to jump now?
Well, I feel like if Lance is telling the truth and 2 of these engines are broken, we're not going to get there. So we want time to repair them, I think.
So you want maybe, I'll not do it this round, I'll maybe wait 1 round more to give you guys a bit more time to check up on the engines and fix them?
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to fix them.
Because I'm way on the other end of the ship right now. I'm way down here. To get all the way from over here, all the way through the ship again. And right now we've got very little noise in the ship, but there could be much more, because it's going to build. The noise stays until an intruder appears. I'm trusting you guys to handle the engines.
I'm quite surprised that the cockpit doesn't tell you about the engine status.
Well, that's what the engine room's for.
Normally I have Scotty down there, on the old intercom, just being like, boop, boop, yes, they're
Scotty,
fine.
tell me what's going on.
Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna do the emergency jump this round then. I'll pause for a round so we may buy ourselves 1 more round. I'm trying to remember what my goal. Yeah, my goal's easy peasy, no problem. It's all just to keep us all alive.
Kill us all.
Yeah, look after everybody, make sure everyone gets home happy and safe is my objective.
Okay.
All right, Lance, then I'll pass to you, sir.
Okay, first off, I'm going to search.
Yeah.
Let's bring this into my discard pile.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yellow
get a
card.
search for yellow, so let's have a look at the yellow. It's an energy charge. Fully load one of your energy weapon or motion scanners, or remove it together with the tools card and put a taser card in front of you.
Now, one of the things you can do in this game, as we mentioned earlier with the Molotovs, is you can craft things. And one of the things you can make is a taser. And it's one of the only ways you can actually directly interact with other players. You can actually tase them and take them down out of action, leaving them behind potentially as meat to secure your exit from an intruder. You wouldn't use it for that, though. It would definitely be ammo.
And I think I'll search again since there's 1 more item in that room.
Okay.
And it'll be another yellow card.
Okay.
Which is chemicals. You can fully load your flamethrower or remove it together with the tools card and put a fully loaded and revealed flamethrower card in front of you.
Okay. So essentially building a flamethrower or reloading your flamethrower chemicals.
Yeah, well, it works. Let's see. I want to make it over to the engine room, so I will go to the corridor facing 2, please, Coco. And I will get rid of my demolition card.
And here we
that
have a lab. Now, just as we saw Colin at the start of the game, he was able to investigate the captain's body. That was a one-time use because he's a scientist, but if we want to investigate any eggs or any intruder corpses, we will use the lab to do this. What state's the lab?
The lab is broken, but there are 3 items in it.
So we can't use it yet, but we could if we repaired it. Oh yes, roll for some noise.
Thank you.
That's a 2.
2. That was a close one. It was edging on exclamation mark there.
Gonna keep on heading to the engine?
Yes, let's continue through to the engine room, and I will place a reload.
You're heading to go fix this engine, yeah?
Yes.
If we jump while the engines are broken, we're going to go...
So you're...
No, you're just walking into that room, yeah? That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
And roll another noise. There you go. Pop it in
Okay,
there.
and noise.
That's a 3.
Is a 3. Down a ventilation shaft.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay. Okay, so the noise is starting to build up a little bit now, and this is just what's going to happen as we keep exploring around the ship.
I have no cards to repair, unless is repair an option I can
Yeah,
use?
you know, repair is
That's
something you have to have the card to do it.
Special action.
Either with a repair card or a basic repair card. The other thing is, the engine room lets you check them, or you can check them while you're there for 2 cards, but you already know what they are. So,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna take a rest until now.
We're a really coordinated crew right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Excellent.
We've got our radios. Like, don't worry, boss. I'm on it.
Okay.
What happened to Captain?
I'll feel more comfortable once Colin walks out of the one that activates auto destruct. Yeah, get out of that room.
I'm leaving the generator room, heading to this engine,
Yeah,
discarding a card. I'll roll my
some
noise.
that's a 1.
It's a 1. So that's just where I came from.
Yeah.
I can see an issue with noise here. In that,
You're backing yourselves into a corner.
yeah, because if you want to escape, you're going to have to make noise anyway. And if you've already got a cube in the corridor,
Once you start doubling back over yourself, that's where you're going to have a lot of
I
problems.
think what we should have done was we should have moved as a group in just one circle.
I don't know. Do you think it'd be louder, all of us together?
Yeah, we'd have
The
to
engine
do
rooms are
multiple
noisy
rolls.
anyway. Like this is a 1 or a 2, this is a 3 or a 4. Noise is going to build up in the engine rooms. But luckily, I have a repair card,
Okay.
and I can discard a damage marker for the room I'm in, or if you're in the engine room, you may check engine state and break/repair it. And that costs another card,
Yep.
so there's another card for that.
So do you want to show, Lance and I will look away and you can show what you decide to put back into place?
Sure.
Yeah, so Lance and
Okay.
I will...
So this is what was there, and this is what I'm putting down, because I am a good guy, and I want to get back to Earth. Now this engine is working. Trust me, guys.
It
So
better
skeptical.
be.
So skeptical.
I believe you.
Okay.
I think we all have good missions. Yeah, the objectives you get, the primary objectives, you do get 2, so you normally have a choice. They're not always bad, and they're not always good. There's even in between ones where you don't even care about the other players, and you just want to get an escape pod and get off yourself with either some information or even some of the larvae to take back to your HQ or corporation to get some income for yourself. So it is hard to know what people are holding on to.
Considering we're only in round 2.
It's early days.
Yeah, but we seem to be making good progress. It's going to go downhill very, very quickly. Batteries in the radio are going to fail.
I think I'll move out of here now,
Okay.
and I'll maybe move into the lab, head towards Lance in this other room, and maybe help him out if he doesn't draw the repair cards he
Okay,
needs.
so you're moving up there. That's a 3.
So that's a 3.
We're still okay for noise.
So we're still, we've
Just
been,
as I move,
Yeah.
I'm leaving noise behind me.
we've been rolling really well. We now have 6 different rolls that haven't doubled up on top of each other at all. Over that side and 3 over here.
And that'll be me. I'll just rest there.
Yeah, you can just sneak out this way.
yeah, I
Up
can
the
tiptoe
top,
out.
yeah, because up the top of the board is currently noise free, so you can just leave Colin to look after his lab and just work away. It is important. You do, even if we get to the stage we want to jump, you do need to make it back to the hibernatorium to lock yourself in the pod again before
Yeah.
jumping.
You're not going to withstand those G-forces.
Nope.
No.
Okay, all done?
Yep.
So, intruder phase, again, it's going to be quite a straightforward one. There's no attacking, there's no fires currently, but we are going to have an event. And the event is development, juvenile form. We're going to ignore the movement, and we're just going to show you again. This card has a little bit more text on it, so I'm just going to read it out and let you know what it does. So this says, draw 3 tokens from the intruder pool, and then change all the drawn young specimen tokens to breeder tokens. So if you want to show Colin, we have a bag, the black bag, which is representing kind of how many intruders we think are around on the board. And at the start of the game, you randomly put a bunch of different types of aliens. So you've got larvae, you've got young, you've got adult, and you've even got the queen in there. So if you want to draw 3 of them, or yeah, you could do it. I don't want to be. If we hit any young specimens, they're going to basically evolve. They're going to go from juvenile. So we got a young specimen, a larva, and an old or adult intruder. That's basically what we got at the end there. So that young one, we're now going to take away, and we now need to put a breeder inside the pool instead.
Okay.
Now that's bad for a couple of reasons. First of all, breeders hit harder. They're nasty, big beasties. They're also harder to kill by far than just the adult or the young specimens. So we don't have to, it's in the pool for now. Now, this is where it gets bad. All players present in a room with no intruder have to perform noise rolls in order. So, yep, I will start then. So,
good luck, everyone.
Yeah, I'm going to get myself a 3. Where does that go on the board for me?
That goes on here.
So we have one already. So what happens is a second one goes down there just to show, and as soon as 2 are in the one space, you then just take them away, and any other noise that would have been in corridors nearby would get removed as well. And I need to draw an intruder from the bag now that's about to leap out at me. Oh, don't be the breeder. Or don't be the queen, actually, would be maybe a better thing to say. Okay, I get a larva. Okay, that's actually not too bad. So the larva is going to jump into my room. Thank you. That's out of the pool now. Now, larvae are a little bit odd. They don't attack and claw you the way you'd expect the other intruders, the larger ones, to do. They just look for an opportunity to attack you as you run away, or as if you fail to kill them, to basically inseminate themselves into you. So right now, I need to focus on killing him, otherwise I'm going to be in dire straits. Lance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
4.
That's
That's
okay.
in the generator.
The other
In the vent?
ventilator.
Yeah, that's okay for now. Colin?
Okay, not a 3 or a 2.
It's a 1.
One, perfect. Yes.
Well, you guys are really starting to build up the
Safe.
noise in all those areas around there, though.
Not great though.
Okay, that actually,
We're not even using radios, we're just shouting at each other.
off camera when we had a little practice of this, basically every single time I put my hand in that bag, it's a queen. Every single time. So getting a larva for me was a real treat. We've already passed the intruder attack phase. That was the event, so they're not going to try and attack us now. We then move on to 13 rounds remaining, and we draw our hand up as we look to start into the next round. Okay, so 13 rounds remaining. I actually remembered that you draw up to your hand size up to your 6. I only get to draw 2, however, because I have an intruder in my space now. So it's too much for me to kind of get all my awareness. I have to keep an eye on what's coming at me. Really straightforward to me though, because I picked up this prototype pistol with 3 ammo, pop that on there, I should hopefully be able to deal with this larvae pretty well. The dice that you use for attacking is just a d6, and it comes with 6 different sides, but what you'll see is it has pictures of a few of the different types of the aliens. So you've got the small baby ones, you've got the larger adult ones, and then you've got just generic hits as well. So the larvae generally is like a 1 in 6 chance to miss it. 5 and 6 you should get it. The bigger the aliens get though, the harder it is to roll, because they're faster, they're moving, they're running across the ceiling, whatever way you want to do it, they're tougher to hit. So I'm hoping if I discard myself, I'm going to discard a repair, because right now the hatch control is repaired. Shower is broken. I'm not worried about repairing anything else right now, so I'm going to discard a repair.
You don't want to shower after that long sleep?
There are other priorities. And I'm going to spend one of my ammo for my pistol to take a shot at this larva and hopefully take it down. Oh, get it in? Yes, there we go. So because I get the young larva symbol, I will just obliterate him against the wall. It is worth noting that whenever you kill one of the intruders, you can then take their body back to the lab to analyze them and learn something. The way we've been playing it though is like with the larvae, because they're just little small things and you're shooting them, they kind of just, if we kill one of them,
stepping on them.
Yeah, there's not going to be anything left to investigate. So we've been playing it that if you kill a bigger one, then you can haul it back to the
Scraping the
lab.
remains off a tray. Can you solve it?
It's like, here's my boot. Get what sample you can.
So at this point, we have 2 working engines, and one of the 2 of you are hopefully going to give us a 3rd working engine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so shall I enable the emergency jump now?
I think you should. I only need 2 engines working anyway, but I think I might repair this other one.
Okay.
Well,
that was so shifty,
well.
it's untrue.
we're trusting your memory. So I'm going to come there and help you out, because I don't know, can you repair it now? Do you have the ability to special?
Are you finished?
Well, I was this is what I was trying to work out, you see, how trusting I was. I'm going to use my emergency jump key.
Okay.
So this will trigger, and it says remove after use. You can use it in a working cockpit, and you basically move the start turn marker to 6. So we're jumping from 13 rounds remaining all the way down to 6 rounds remaining. So I'll move that to there. So now we've kind of accelerated everything. The ship's brought a big warning now. It's like, now getting ready to jump this baby. And I'm going to move back. I want to come towards the hibernatorium, because that's where I need to be, and I want to potentially try and get some more weapons for the inevitable intruder you guys are gonna alert. So
What are you trying to say?
I'm gonna use my computer skills, and I'm gonna walk back to this room, please, Lance. If you can
Okay.
pop that. So here I have found the communications room. So this is basically where you can send messages out, but importantly, every player has the ability in this room to send a signal out. If you want to contact whoever your corporation or your ally is, if your objective is related to this, this is the room you'd want to send a message out to. And what state is it in, Lance?
It's broken with 2 items.
Okay, that's all right. I can take broken with 2 items, so pop a damage marker in there to show that's broken. And I need to roll a noise, so let's see where that goes. I get 4.
Where is 4?
It's just on
Here.
no, up on that one there. So
Oh, right, yes.
pop that down.
Thank you.
Okay, so just in that top quarter beside the room.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm going to quit it there and pass it back to you engineers.
I'm going to use basic repairs. And it requires me to use 2 extra cards, so I have suppressive fire, which I don't think I'll really need, and interruption, which cancels another player's actions. If I wanted to, I could, but I won't.
No, you're a team player.
Team player.
So do you want to? I'm going to call and I'll look away, and you can show which one you're putting.
This was the one that was there, and that's the other one.
Let's see.
Yeah, okay. So it is this currently, and I'm going to change it to be this. Okay? Here you go, Colin.
I don't like the way you did this.
So that's the one
or
that it's
this.
going to be?
Yes.
Okay. And what
Thank
have
you.
what have you done? What have you done to us?
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I feel like if we're all being honest, we're all very bad at being honest. Anything further?
I feel like I should maybe just hold on and wait for Colin to come join me.
Yeah, right
because-
now there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rooms unrevealed. We're being just down the middle.
Yeah.
You're waiting for Colin to come to you?
Yeah, just in case he needs help, because that looks like a dangerous room there.
That to me sounds like a guy's about to build a taser.
Yeah.
Like, come here.
A guy who's halfway to a taser, that doesn't sound encouraging
I don't need
words.
the taser though.
I'm just going to have a look at
throw that
the...
away.
So I'm just having a look at the building deck. Yeah, you can choose a player in the same room, and the player shows all his cards and discards all his cards, apart from contaminations, if you have any. So it's just
I'll tell you what, Colin, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to use Renaissance, and I'm going to...
You're going to have a
Renaissance.
Renaissance?
Is there fine art on the walls here?
Sorry, reconnaissance. So what this allows me to do is to perform another action, but without the ability to roll noise.
So you're moving without needing to make any noise, but you're paying an extra discarded card to
Yeah.
be that sneaky scout. And that's unique to the scout card.
So I'll pay an adrenaline. I'm
Okay.
going to move into this other room to see what it
Keep exploring.
is. So here you go, Az.
Thank you. So
Tell me
you have
what it
just
is.
found Section A's evacuation hatch. So previously we found the hatch control, which is great. But now we've actually found a way to get in to the pods. And you'll note on the full map, down here, these are evacuation B pods, and up the top lands just there. That's it. There's the 2 evacuation A pods. So you found the entrance to them. So if I wanted to, I could go and unlock one of them for you, and then you could slide in.
It's on fire, unfortunately.
Oh,
Damn. Okay. That's dead bad. So there's 2 items in there, but it's currently on fire. So you want to pop one of those fire tokens down there. Ouch. Okay. You got a fire extinguisher though, Colin.
I do have a fire extinguisher.
Why are you saying with a wry smile on your face?
Well, it's my fire extinguisher. I don't want to go on fire. I might need that.
That's how he gets about in the wheelchair.
Yeah, 0G. I'm
No,
just
but
blasting
you need 2, otherwise you're just doing.
Have you not seen
Donut.
Wally? He manages
Wall. Oh man, Wally, place in my heart. Okay, so that means now in the intruder phase, basically people that are finishing their turns with a fire are going to take damage. Have you got any more cards left to get out of there?
I could, yeah. I can use my rest and get out of there.
Probably a good idea.
So I will move to this tile.
Okay, so you're now down to 0 cards.
Yeah, but this time I have to roll for noise.
Okay.
Let me just show you what this
Storage
tile
room.
is.
So this one basically has a potential for lots of items, but the big thing about storage is it has an unlimited deck, because if you spend 2 cards, you can draw a card from any chosen item deck. So this is like an unlimited, if you spend the time to go and search for what you're after, you can get it there.
Unfortunately, the door's shut behind.
That's not that bad, actually. So the bulkhead door snaps shut behind you, which actually closes the fire in to the engines.
What?
Not sure how I feel about that.
It'll be okay.
I love the way you've just run out, but like, Colin, I've started a fire, deal with it, mate, close the door, and you just run into the warehouse like,
Okay, see you later.
ah.
So I guess you guys aren't escaping through evacuation hatch A then.
It's the one that has 2 pods. If hatch B only has is 1 pod.
But there's room for 2 if you're friendly.
There is room for 2, or 1 person and an egg.
I need to roll for noise.
Oh yes, you do.
People in the comments, I know you were checking.
Keep us
there.
right. So 1 sits up the top corner there. Man, all that yellow down that back corner. Wowee. Okay, so
That's my go over.
the fire, as it stands, each round what it will do is it will just burn that room. But there isn't a chance that events could come along that will cause that fire to combust and start spreading. It would be dead bad if that started spreading. Just saying, Colin. Might be your time to shine.
When will it spread?
If an event comes up
that
triggers a spread.
Well, what are the chances of that?
I don't know, actually, is the honest answer. The event deck's not that big.
Okay, well, I'm going to move up towards it.
Okay. That way?
Up here, I'll roll the noise.
So we've got noise down corridor 2 and 1, and that is an
Silence.
X, which we haven't seen before. And the X means exactly as Colin said, you make no noise at all. That was stealth at its very best. Well done, sir.
So firstly, using my elite computer skills, I'm going to use the room's ability.
Yeah.
It has a computer icon, so I can use the computer to access the engine room and reveal all the engine status.
So rather than having to discard 2 cards, you're just using 1 with your computer skills to check them all again?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to confirm that Lance really did repair this one over here.
Okay.
And we do have 2 working
I'll
engines.
I'll just let you do your thing.
So, okay, all 3 are working.
Yeah, baby!
Either you're like the
So we're
best poker players
pretty
ever,
good.
or we're all great for it
We're
right
in
now.
a pretty good place.
Damn, my objective to blow everything up is looking less and less likely.
I'm going to use
The fire's still going. Don't worry.
I'm going to use another computer card, the intranet. You may use this action in a working room with a computer. You may perform a room action of any other working room with a computer on the ship. Do you know what room has a computer on the ship? The generator room.
What? Excuse me? Pardon?
The generator room, which enables and disables auto-destruction. I think I'm going to enable the auto-destruction. 5 turns. Thank you.
Okay, so hold on. So just to show what Colin did there. No, there are 3 tracks. You have your normal round track. You also then have your quick jump track, which takes it from 6 to 1, and then jumping. But then you also below that have your auto-destruct track, which starts at 5, not 6. So currently we're set to auto-destruct, let's say a minute or an hour before we would actually jump.
That's it, Colin. We're not friends anymore.
Hey guys, we've got escape pods. I mean, you're close to the hatch. You can get that thing working. Be a good idea.
Oh my god. I don't... What? Okay, so basically you're telling us that we have to get off the ship in 5 rounds, otherwise we're dead.
Can we not disable that?
We can.
You could, yeah.
Yeah. You've locked the bulkhead door between yourself and a fire, though. And I'm way over here.
Well, it looks like we have no other option.
I think the priority for everyone should be fixing the escape pods. Never mind this room. Ignore this. You don't need to go back into the generator. And I might have other internet cards, so... This is just what's happening, guys. Just accept your fate, guys.
What would you choose in this moment?
I did not see that coming. I thought you were going to try and do communications or something.
Well, I think we all know what kind of scientist I am now.
The kind that doesn't want an alien race to make it back to
scientist.
Earth.
We've got schemes.
Well, I really don't know how I feel about this.
I got plans.
That's maybe why you're in a wheelchair. The captain just shot your knees.
You're too rogue, man. You're too you're just too wild. I kind of want to go and disable it.
Can we reach it in time?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 rooms away, which is really only 5 cards, but it's now doubling back through noise. Is the real.
I'll tell you this: if you do decide to try and come and disable it, I have a demolition card which will damage the room, and you'll have to spend even more time fixing the room before you can disable it.
What?
So, take that into account. But I will do this for you. I will head to Section A and put that fire out. Because I really believe
That's my goal.
the escape pods is the only way out.
So the escape pods, I believe, I hope this is right, they go back to Earth automatically. So long as your objective wants you to get back to Earth, I think you're fine. I don't think the pods can be. I might not be 100% right, but I think that is. Well, you've got more turn to do.
Well, this is just what's happening, guys. Just accept
Come
it.
to terms with it.
Accept it. So I'm going to move into the evacuation hatch, Section A.
Okay, so you've
Gonna
got a
roll for
noise roll
noise.
to make. It's 2.
2.
Wow, there's no
over here.
way you didn't make noise in that corridor.
I think it's maybe not time to apologise for how good
We've been rolling.
how good we are at this game that we haven't spawned any creatures yet.
To be
first.
most of the way through 3 rounds and I've not double noised yet, we've actually been very, very lucky.
Discard a card to use my fire extinguisher and put out the fire. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Conflicted. I'm putting out the fire, but I'm blowing up the ship.
And then I'm going to search. I'm going to see what goodies I can get.
Okay, so there's one item left.
more bombs.
What deck would you like?
Give me a red.
I was like,
Peaceful, friendly.
Can I recommend some
gun.
bandages? I don't know how I feel about this.
It's just a gun of peace. A concussion grenade. Throwing it into a neighbouring room or use it in your room, the chosen intruder receives 2. All other beings you included present in the room receive 1 light wound.
1 light wound. Okay.
Yeah.
It's worth noting
not that
that characters in general can take 3 serious wounds, but if they take a 4th serious wound, they're dead. 2 light wounds are fine, but a 3rd light wound will make a serious wound. So every light wound will sort of build up to a serious one. The downside is if you get seriously wounded, you could lose some movement. If you lose your leg, if you get hit in the body, you might have less actions to take. The serious wounds will vary depending on the current condition you're in, which is why those emergency rooms can be so good to heal yourself back up. So that concussion grenade hurts intruders and also people.
Mm-hmm. And I don't even have to be in the room. I can throw it from an adjacent room.
Now, you've got demolitions which could be used to blow up that bulkhead door, or have you just spent it to...
I have not spent it.
So you could demolish that door to show goodwill, to let us back, get rid of that bulkhead and let us back into the evacuation hatch.
Getting back into evacuation hatch A is not your priority. Fix the control room.
The control room is fixed, actually. It's fine. Yeah. So
it's not broken?
No, it's not broken.
Oh, well, maybe we need to find B because there's 3 of us. Right?
Exactly. You need... you need to find room B, or yet one of you have to wait for me to come to that pod. Because I'm not unlocking your pods and then watching you 2 disappear in a pod and leaving me behind in this ship. It's not happening.
No, we'll wait for you.
I'll help you find B.
You help me find pod. Now, yeah, each pod can hold 2 people, so,
Unless someone just takes it and leaves.
That would be really sucky. Okay, you're all done?
Yeah.
I'm done.
So
Yes.
intruder phase, we still don't have any intruders, and we don't have any fire. Well done. We do have an event though, and the event we have is damaging the ship Place a damage marker in each discovered room with at least one intruder. So they would basically start attacking the machinery. Right now, we're okay. This is incredible, actually. All right, we're going to draw up our hand size and move we're going to move the time marker, but more importantly, we're moving the jump and the demolition track. So we're now down to 4 rounds until the ship blows up. Okay, 12 rounds remaining technically, but 5 rounds until we jump, or 4 rounds until we blow up, unless someone disables it. I need to find the hatch control, or the evacuation hatch for section B, because that's where I am. So I am going to take use my knowledge of the ship card. This is it here. And that's going to let me basically reveal a hidden room tile, not the exploration tile, or not the exploration token, but the tile. I want to ensure that I don't have to come all the way up that corner, because the room could be anywhere. So yeah, I want to eliminate that one from where I want to search. So I'm hoping this will be it, or eliminate it. Oh, don't look! You're not allowed to look at it. Do you know, let's just show everybody. This is actually the gun room. Now, technically, I could have looked at it and just gone, "Yeah, guys, it's up there," and sent you guys to your death. But I'm a team player. I'm all about working together. Okay, well that's good. That means I don't need to worry about going there. So I'm going to continue. So you guys are probably going to come around the top, like round this way. Mm-hmm. I'm maybe going to head.
No option.
Yeah, you are literally trapped. Well, you could demolish the door if you had a demolished card, or if you're a friendly neighborhood explosive scientist.
I think it's more important you explore those two. Like between the two of you, you can do the top half. I'll head around the bottom half of the ship.
Okay. So I'm going to expand. I don't think I need piloting anymore. So can I please move into this room, if you don't mind? And I found a monitoring room. That's quite. Oh, this is actually, you can look at one unrevealed room. So that actually, if we wanted to keep doing it from here, we could do so. What is the current status of that room, Lance, though? If you flip that over, just there.
Oh, there it is.
What is it?
It is damaged with 1 item.
Okay, so it is damaged. I don't currently have a way to repair it, and I do have to roll for some noise. So let's see. And I get 4. Oh, man.
We've already got 1 here.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay, we're going to get our first potential big intruder. So that takes, you need to take that cube away because the second one goes in, and then this one here as well will disappear because it's connected to the room. And I'm the next person to delve into this bag.
Queen.
Okay. Warning. Here we go. An old intruder. Okay. Finally something's come out to play. Yeah, let's bring one of these big bad boys into play. These guys look absolutely vicious. They're really nice minis. It's worth noting from Awaken Realms, I believe in the Kickstarter that you're going to have the option to choose either unpainted, zenith, or sun dropped, which is what these ones are, and it's going to give you a real nice kind of wash and look to it. You know, probably maybe not the same way if you're into painting that you maybe paint them up yourself, but it gives you a real nice 3D aspect straight away. And they are super gribbly. Now, because I cause noise and he's basically come running down the corridor after me the way I was walking, I have to look at a panic card to see if my character becomes panicked. Now, I currently have 4 cards in my hand. So the panic card is blocking the way. If the player has less than 1 card in their hand, he puts a damage marker on this room and takes a panic token. So thankfully, because this happened early in my turn, not later on, I still have 4 cards, so my resolve is strong. But I still have this intruder in my space. I'm sitting with 2 shots in my shotgun, 2 shots in my pistol. I'm really caught between wanting to shoot this and between wanting to run.
Yeah, take him out.
I want to shoot him, but you've put a 4-round demolition count on, which means I need to find the hatch opening.
I think you should just shoot him.
You think I should shoot him?
Yeah, why not?
No, I don't trust you guys. I'm gonna leg it. I'm gonna run. If you wouldn't mind bringing me actually down across back to the shower room. Yeah. Now this is done using what's called an escape action. So I do need to discard a card. I'm going to discard taking aim because my re-rolling pistol should hopefully help with that. 2 things happen though. First of all, he's going to get to attack me, and when they attack you, you draw cards from the alien attack deck. So in this case, I get a claw attack, which says, if the player has 3 serious wounds, he dies.
Whoa.
So, okay. Wow. If he doesn't, he gets 1 light wound. Okay. pop that on my player board, and a card from the contamination deck. Now, on this card, you'll see actually there's little symbols at the bottom that tell you which aliens perform this. So, for example, a young or a larvae wouldn't be able to do a claw attack, but an adult, a breeder or a queen could do this. So a light wound is actually okay. The contamination deck, though, not so nice, because I'm going to have to take one of these contamination cards and pop it into my discard pile. And what will happen is that card's going to then be in my deck, and it's going to clog up my hand. Those contamination cards also have that little red area at the bottom.
Do you want to show that under camera?
Yeah. So this little red area basically is wholly relatively invisible to us now. However, if you make your way or use a card to scan yourself, you can use this scanner, which can be passed over your card. I'm not going to do mine now, I don't want to realize, but it passes over your card and will tell you whether you're infected or not. So that's going to be there. That's okay. A light wound for running away from him. The downside is I still have to make a noise roll as well, because I've basically tried to escape from this intruder, and I really do not want him to chase me.
You're knocking over saucepans.
There's 3. Okay, that's okay. If I'd rolled an exclamation mark, he would have chased after me. For now, though, it's just added another noise token to this space. So, yeah, I'm going to just turn my little mini around to be legging it the other way. I'm tempted to keep on running. Keep on running.
Time's running out.
Okay, I'm going to discard another card to move again. And I'm going to kind of run on down this way and reveal this room.
Can't get me.
Okay, so here we have a security room. And this room, if it's working, can be used to put down fire. It's nice. It's actually computer activated as well, which is a nice room. And the token in this room tells us that it is broken, but it has 4 items to find there.
Now, what does it mean by put down fire?
Put it out, basically, just putting down a fire. What's really cool about the game, I don't think we've really been we haven't really mentioned it too much, but all the rooms are randomly put out on the board, so they're going to change every time, as are the exploration markers. So what rooms are broken, or working, or are on fire, or have aliens nearby, will change every time you play. 2 cards left. Oh, noise. Sorry, forgot about noise. 3. So this little vent actually down here will get a token.
Still doing quite well.
Still doing quite well. Touch wood. 2 cards left. I mean, I shouldn't, if I don't alert another alien, I shouldn't need another card. So I could probably expend it. But yeah. I can't, no, I'm going to, do you know what? I'm going to spend a search card. So again, just this time I'm actually going to use it for its proper search action. And I'm going to use that to grab myself a yellow card from that room. And it is some chemicals. Now, I actually have tools. No, it doesn't actually work with my chemicals. Dang it. I was hoping I could make something. Oh, no, it does actually. I can remove the chemicals with a tools card to make a flamethrower.
Do it.
Oh, boy. I actually forgot as well, because of our early research with the crewmen, we know they're vulnerable to energy. So actually fighting them is going to give us an additional hit when we hit. So
flamethrowers, maybe not.
Flamethrowers not so much, yeah, because they're flame-based rather than energy-based. Okay, I'm not going to make a flamethrower now, but potentially in the future.
Good to know it's there.
I'm going to pass it over to you, sir. I don't want to start any more fires.
I'm going to move to room number 6.
Okay.
Which is the surgery.
Okay. So the surgery room is really good and really bad at the same time, because the surgery, if you actually get contaminated, as I have been, you can actually end up potentially getting infected and having a larvae inside you, and the surgery is going to let you basically cut yourself open and get rid of that. The downside is it means you have to discard your hand, and you also get wounded lightly because you're obviously performing surgery on yourself.
And unfortunately, there's been a creature that's already been in here, so that's 2 rolls of noise from me. So 1,
that's
which
a 1.
is 1.
Could I recommend your motion sensor to re-roll that?
Yes, I think I will.
Because a 1 or a 2 is going to mean intruder.
So
first roll again.
Roll that.
That's an exclamation mark.
That's an exclamation mark.
That's fine.
Okay.
No, that's okay. There's no intruders nearby, so that's actually perfect. But you've got a second roll.
Okay. Yeah.
Good motion sensor. That's a
2.
2. Oh no.
You want to reroll that as well?
Does it limit it to per turn, or does it say?
Use 1 charge after the noise is rolled to re-roll it. You can use energy charge to fully reload the motion scanner. Using scanner is not an action. You don't have to discard an action card to use it.
So you could use your second and final charge for now on that roll again if you like.
I think I will, because...
Okay. So motion scanner is currently out of battery. That's a 4.
4. And the vent.
It's in the vent.
Wow.
So
The utility of the scout really coming good there to keep yourself safe.
I'm going to discard my search to search for an item. It'll go down to 2.
Yeah.
And it has to be from the green
What'd
card.
you get?
I get a medical kit. Remove after use. Heal 1 dressed serious wound. Or heal all of your light wounds. Or remove together with the chemicals card and put antidote and card in front of you.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Handy.
Nice range of options.
I think I'll search again. Is there a limit to what I can carry?
As far as I'm aware, no. That may change in the final game in terms of how many weapons you can carry, but as we're currently playing at the minute, whatever you've got in your person is just...
Okay, I'll search again, which
Yeah.
will bring the item list down to 1.
Get yourself another card.
And let's see what I get. It's bandages. Remove after use, dress 1 serious wound, or remove it together with the chemicals card and put a Molotov cocktail in front of me.
You do have chemicals, don't you?
I do.
Really?
And-
I can make a flamethrower and you can make a Molotov cocktail. We're just about to set fire to this entire ship.
Because I could just run in here and throw the Molotov cocktail into that room, maybe.
How many cards do you have left to make that dashing run down there?
4.
Oh my goodness, you actually thinking about it?
Maybe. Do I need to... Does it take a move to create this?
To be honest with you,
Chemicals
again, this
damage.
is something we're not 100% sure on, but yes, we do believe it would take a card and action to remove them. You're basically using an item.
Well, let's discard reload because I
wanna craft one?
I haven't shot anything yet. I don't need to reload.
So you'd like to craft a Molotov cocktail?
Yes, why not?
There you go.
Let's have some fun. Thank you.
So I'll just show everyone at home, just again, in case you haven't seen, that's what these little crafting Molotov cocktail cards will let you do. And this guy's going to let you choose a neighbouring room, and that room catches fire, and all beings present there will suffer a hit or a serious wound. So again, there's no direct combat between us, but if you accidentally threw your car, I didn't know you're in there.
And let's move into room number 7 as well.
Wow, you are brave.
And this is the command center.
Okay, so the command center, this is actually quite, you'd think it's quite a simple room, but it's actually quite dangerous because this gives you control of doors. So you can basically open and close bulkhead doors around the entire ship.
Should we close Colin in for destroying the ship?
You need my help.
I can see his brain like...
You need my help. I gotta get the...
Well, what state is the room in?
It's broken with 2 items.
Okay, and you're going to have to make a noise roll. And currently, no way to deal with this if it's bad. That's a 3.
It's a 3, so it's in here. That's fine.
Okay. My word.
And I think that's going to be me. Colin, you go.
Are you sure you don't want to move away? Not be adjacent to the intruder?
He's just trying to make you
Where
make
would I
more
move
noise.
to?
Just the next one closest to the...
Well, we know that was
Cockpit?
the
Yeah,
gun room, wasn't
yeah.
it? So you could move into the
Okay.
hibernatorium if you wanted.
I don't know, is this thing going to chase me in the event?
So basically, because there's no one in the same space as it won't attack. But then when it gets to the event phase, at the top of the event, there'll be a movement option, and it's going to move some way around the ship. Or the event could trigger that it might start hunting or chasing after. So yeah, it could do.
Can I throw the Molotov cocktail in?
Yeah. You're going to have to spend a card to do it. You're going to use
Choose a neighbouring room.
Yeah.
If its bulkhead doors is open or destroyed, the room catches fire and hits all beings
Yeah.
present there. Let's use basic repairs and...
fire the Molotov cocktail
Wait.
in.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Do you don't want to use the other card? Because if we use the basic repairs to fix the security room, we can put the fire out after the intruder dies.
That's a very good point.
That's very smart.
Thank you, Colin.
Because we don't want to keep the fire burning and maybe catching the hatch control
It's so
on fire or
weird
something.
that you're like, don't burn the ship, blow up the ship, guys, don't burn the ship. Are you insurance claiming?
Well, I just want to make sure enough of the ship is not on fire that we can get out.
Like, you don't have third-party fire and theft, but you do have full or you do have
have-
like explosion.
I have some kind of plan. Some kind of plan.
So the room, the Molotov cocktail puts it on fire, right?
Yep.
So you want to pop that in the room just to show it's on fire, and he's going to suffer a wound. And just for clarity, so everyone at home can easily see, we're using these sort of big red dice, so we can track the wounds on the guys. So if you want to pop that on him. Now, what happens usually whenever you attack an alien, so when you physically make an attack against them, you draw a card from their attack deck, and in the top left-hand corner, the number will tell you how many wounds they have, because the intruders kind of change. They're not always, you can't really tell how much damage they can take. So you could shoot them once and they might be fine, but if you hit them in a vital area, you could take one out straight away if you get lucky on a shot. So he's currently got 1 damage, but I think the way would be most interesting to play is we have to deal with him whenever we fight him. We can't see right now if he's dead or not because he's just burning. Anything further, Rambo?
Rambo wouldn't exist in this universe.
To be fair, actually, that's completely wrong because you stealthed in, re-rolled to avoid making noise, motion censored your way up, and wung a Molotov cocktail that you built craftily round the corner into an alien. That was pretty badass.
No, nothing further this round.
Okay.
Do I need to pick up a card?
Nope, not for now. You're absolutely fine. Yeah, you burninated him, not yourself.
Fantastic. Now, Colin, you traitor.
Hey, look, I heard there was a load of infections on the ship, and I just want to purge it. I don't want to bring an infected ship back to Earth. I'm doing this for the good of all humanity.
Yeah, I have just realised that I'm contaminated, which is actually potentially dead bad.
Okay, I'm going to move out of here
Okay.
to the engine room.
Okay.
I will roll for noise.
I wonder what our sponsors are going
That is a 1.
Oh,
say about burning this ship.
okay. And there was a noise there already,
Yep.
so here we go for another
Oh, egg draw time.
Another intruder. Come on,
Queen,
little larvae.
Queen.
And it is a larvae.
What?
Skill.
What? Okay.
You going?
Oh, you got
Yeah,
one?
there you go.
All right, let's take this guy out. I only have a pistol, which only does a maximum of 1 damage, so that should be enough.
It's
but
all you need for a larva, actually. They're very, very weak.
I feel like these are like the biggest things I should be fighting anyway.
That will do
There we
it.
go.
That'll
Let's take
absolutely take
them
him out. Oh, boo.
That was fun. And that used an ammunition.
Okay. And you discarded a card to shoot it as well? To make your attack?
No, I will do that. There's an interruption. Okay. I will keep going then. Move out of here into the hibernatorium.
Yeah, you're going to have to roll for some noise. That's a 2.
2.
Oh man, he's creating noise down
There
your
we go.
corridor, lads.
Oh no.
I'll keep going. Try and get to these 2 down here
Okay.
and see what they're about.
Trying to work out what you want to discard.
Discard my demolition. Move down here.
Was that a grimace that you didn't want to get rid of the thing that blows up?
Well, you know, it's always nice to have a way to bust open a closed bulkhead door.
It's a
That's
4.
a 4.
That's the vent then, just right
Okay.
in there.
Safe.
Man.
One more. Let's do the intranet. New room. What's this going to be?
Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. We have found the Section B evacuation hatch. So this is the one that's going to link to the pods that are down beside me. So, yes, down this single little pod down there. Now, none of the pods are currently unlocked. This is a double noise room.
4 items, but pretty dangerous. There's intruders been here recently.
That's a 2.
There's a 2 for the first one. From where I came.
And that's a 2.
Oh my goodness, another one. Okay, well,
There's
here we
no
go.
way you can escape another intruder here.
Here we
I don't know
go.
if I'm rooting for you or against you right now. As you know, I do. I'm rooting against you. Old intruder.
Old intruder.
Okay. Well, that's getting a bit more.
I don't feel like a pistol's going to do the job here. Oh, I do have a concussion grenade. I don't want to be in the room when I use it, though.
Don't you run towards me.
Let's bail out of here.
No,
Maybe towards the pilot. The senior officer. She'll protect me. Yep, that'll do.
God dang it.
Okay, so let's reveal this room.
Oh, you just. Oh no, Colin! Colin has stumbled across a nest. So the nest, not only does it not have any items in it, nothing that we want to find because it's basically been taken over aliens, it also has a bunch of eggs in it. Now, according to the rules as it stands, you should put 8 eggs into the room. And those eggs you can destroy physically, just kind of bashing them, taking them out for an action. Wow, there's also been aliens here recently, surprise, surprise, so 2
Do I
noise
roll
rolls.
2? Okay.
You're going to roll 2 noise rolls.
Oh dear.
Silence
Silent.
on the first one. Wow. Oh, try again. And 4 on the
4.
second one.
Just making noise behind me.
Okay, so quick overview. So now every room's been explored except for the one way up there, which we know is the gun room. All the pods are currently still locked, but I can use this room, which is repaired, to unlock them. Then we need to get to this room and section A, hatch up there, and there can't be an intruder in the room because you basically, if you're going to hop into an escape pod, you have to do it without being seen, otherwise they're just going to follow you in and corner you. So, okay,
That's me.
there's
I'm
no
done.
Colin's just like, I'm blowing up the ship as everything you've said is irrelevant. I'm just blowing stuff up.
These guys are going to die one way or another.
Wait, who's these
The,
guys?
the intruders, yeah. Definitely not these guys, my friends, who are going to help me get out of this situation.
This is the worst wake up after a nap I've ever had.
Nah, I love naps. Naps are great. Okay, intruder phase. Intruders attack. Somehow, none of us are in space with intruders right now. Fire, though. So this room that is on fire here will burn this intruder for 1 damage. If you want to switch that to a 2 there, Lance. He's going to take 1. And we then have an event phase. And the event is development larva molting. So I'll just show this. And we also have some movement. So to begin, all eggs and young, breeders and queens will move. So the adults actually aren't on the movement for this card. So they're staying where they are, which is pretty good. The rest of the card then says draw 3 tokens from the intruder pool and change any drawn larva tokens to adult tokens. Oh. So 3, and let's see what they are. You're going to love the last bit of this card. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3. So we have a larva, an old intruder, and another old intruder. So this larva here needs to become an old intruder. Yeah. And those 3 need to go back into the bag. So because we're taking so much time. What?
I was picking them up to bring them in. I forgot they actually just go in the bag.
They're basically evolving. As we're taking too long on the ship, they're just kind of growing. The last part of this card actually says all the players present in a room with no intruder have to perform noise rolls.
Yikes.
So I am down here, right in this wee corner here, and I'm looking for anything but a 3 would be really good. That's a 1, which really isn't too bad. That's going to mean this quarter right down between Colin and I here now has a noise. Now if you go, Lance.
Okay.
3.
3.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Move that one away. And you're going to need to draw 1 from the bag. Yeah, this is about right. It's gotten quite noisy all of a sudden. We have
It's an old intruder.
another old intruder. All right.
So it appears.
And you're going to have a panic check, my friend, because that has jumped out into your face. So your panic card, and I'll show this. This is called discarding the item. So we can see here, and in the top left-hand corner, it shows the strength of this panic. It says, if the player has less than 3 cards in his hand, do you?
I've got 1.
He discards one of his items, it can be a heavy item, and takes a panic token. Now, do you keep, oh, you've thrown your Molotov already?
Well, discard the medical kit.
Wow. Okay, medical kit gone. Now, the panic token is very important because everyone can get into a stage of panic. So this goes onto your player board to show that you are now panicked. And what that means is if you get surprised again, so if another intruder jumps out at you, or you make the mistake of having one from too much noise or an event, you're going to instantly have the negative effects. You don't even have, doesn't matter how many cards you have in your hand, you're already panicked. Okay, you can rest to get rid of that though if you do draw a rest card. We were unlucky that we didn't get the canteen. Canteen is one of the rooms you can randomly get, which they can let you go and have a little rest. We all know in Alien, the canteen's where everything kind of goes down in the first place. Noise?
Okay. Well, this isn't great since you put one right beside me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at you. The 1 or 2 has a noise, and the 3 or 4 has a noise, so you need to roll a silent or nothing. That's a 2.
That is a 2.
So yeah, they'll go away. You need to draw 1 from the pool. You are in the nest. I mean,
legit. I've disturbed the nest and aroused the queen.
Oh my goodness.
She's mad.
That is so thematic. Yeah, get her in here.
Here we
Let's
go.
look at the queen. She's an absolute monster of a model. And this, again, very worth noting at this point, this is still just a prototype. I know the final version, they really even made her even more impressive. There were lots of little larvae spilling out of her base as she kind of monsters forward. She's...
What I love about this model is it looks like she's throwing larvae at you.
Just like get inside him, like go and infect them.
See how far back I have to crane my
Yeah,
neck just
you're
to see up better.
That is incredible that a queen has popped out in the nest, and all of a sudden we've gone from no intruders for like 3 rounds to 3 old ones and a queen. You need a panic.
Okay.
Irrational curiosity. You have no cards.
I have no cards. Yeah.
If the player has less than 2 cards in his hand, he takes a slime token and a panic token.
Oh my.
Okay.
I wish we'd repaired those showers now. Get rid of the slime.
Yeah, slime's going to basically increase the chance that aliens are going to be kind of hunting you down and chasing you. While you're in the nest or you're in the space with an intruder as well, you only draw 2 cards instead of drawing up to 6. So we're going to finish up this round and come right back. Okay, we're back with the new round. We have 11 rounds left, technically 4 rounds to the jump, but 3 rounds to self-destruct. Again, because we could still turn off the self-destruct if we wanted. The jump can't be averted though. It is happening. It is happening. Right. I am down here and I can hear noises absolutely everywhere. I'm now going to jump on board the Colin plan and head straight to the unlock hatch because at least now you've found the evacuation point for B. So I now don't feel so bad about you guys trying to run away on me.
And it's working at least.
Yeah, so...
I love the visuals of that you're just going to avoid the queen. Be like, it's okay, Colin, you can deal with it.
But like, if you were like looking down a corridor, if I was walking down a corridor and then up ahead with a small angle, like you just looked down this corridor and heard the most horrendous, like, get away from my babies type alien screech.
And that's me.
Yeah.
With the tiniest pistol in the game.
They do take additional damage, man. You can take them. Her. It.
Maybe, so that's 2 instead of 1. Yeah.
The difficult thing about the queen is the queen does not have a symbol on the die, so really you need to roll the single hit or the double hit. Any of the other symbols are no good to you, making her much more difficult than the larva to kill. Alright, I am out of here, guys. Not gonna lie, I'm heading straight to that hatch control, so I'm gonna discard a search to move to here and roll me some noise. That's a 2. That's okay. That's actually, I'll go in there. And then I'm going to discard another card. I'm going to discard an interrupt because I don't think I'm going to interrupt any actions of you guys. I'm full on board the trust train to head down this corridor and out towards the hatch control. Anything but a 3. Anything but a 3. That.
Dun, dun, dun.
Join the party.
I mean, we had so much luck for the first 3
It can't be
rounds.
another queen, so...
No, it can't be another queen. There is only 1 queen. But we did put a breeder in here.
Yes.
There are quite few tokens in there now. Okay, here we go. Old intruder. Okay. Alright, do you know what? It's man up time. Well, it's panic time actually is what it is. I have 4 cards in hand and my panic is shots in the dark. And this one says if the player has 2 or less cards in his hand, he loses whole ammunition from one chosen weapon and gains a panic. But I am resolving myself. It's time to fight one of these things.
Definitely.
Absolutely. It's go time.
I love that this has come out of the ventilation shaft.
Like it was waiting.
Yeah.
Or like it was like in the pod area and just like heard me and was like,
Just slowly,
like it's smart.
slowly crawled out.
Yeah, because I run in there urgently,
butterfly
running
from
to
a
the
cocoon.
computer. Yeah, quickly unlock the hatches, and then just clever girl.
The auto destruct beep, and it's like they're going to head for the hatch control.
I mean, I don't want to blame the auto destruct beep that you turned on, but this is probably what's caused the whole issue. Anyway, I'm going to discard a demolition card to make an attack roll on this, and my shotgun's great because every time I hit, I do an additional 1, which means with the vulnerability to energy, it's 3 damage on a hit. The good thing about the pistol, though, is I get rerolls. So it's like, I'm going to expend the pistol first, I think. So I'll use my second ammo, leaving 1 left in that. And I'm going to take a shot at this adult intruder. That's a hit. So that'll be, I'm not going to re-roll it. That'll just be 1 hit usually, but because we successfully researched the crewman body, it'll be 2. And what we do, because of this kind of versatile alien health, we draw one of the attack cards and we look in the top left-hand corner. And this one says 5. So at the moment, this just simply gets discarded. I know I haven't taken him down, but we put 2 wounds on him to signify, right, this alien has taken 2 wounds. If I keep attacking him, we keep drawing more attack cards, I'll hopefully take him down. That's not to say aliens are stupid, though. They can actually run away. If the card comes up, and it might actually have a retreat action for them if they've been too wounded, they can jump back into the events and go back into the pool again and basically just come back at you. So I'm going to give it another shot.
Just need more fire extinguishers.
I'm going to get rid of... why do the hatch controls not have a computer, man? Why are they like manual things? My computer skills are useless, so I'm going to use them to shoot. Pistol again. So give me that reroll. Oh, wrong dice. I'm out of ammo for my pistol, but I get a double hit. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be 3 damage, is up to 5, and we draw a card to see how much health he has. He has 2. No, 3, so that is enough. That'll take him down. Yeah, boy. Now what we're using, because it's very important actually, if I hold on to the token, this is to represent the corpse, because he's going to die. So his body basically just goes down in that room, and this means if we had the time, I could take that body to the lab to learn more weaknesses or more kind of attack types of the aliens.
So you're just dragging it through the corridor.
I'm not going to...
All the way from the top of the ship back here to the engine.
I'm going to push it down into one of the escape pods, so when Colin wheels in, he gets the panic of his life. I'm going to set it up so it's like attached.
It's hanging on by threads.
Now the difficult thing is that I have 2 cards left, which is what I need to activate the hatch control. It'll leave me on no cards. So I need you guys to promise not to bring any heat my way next turn. I don't think it's going to happen, but you need
No. Well, if you can activate
I will activate a pod. Yeah.
then I don't need to. Then that's okay.
So you're not going to run toward. You're not going to run and bring something down into the hatch, because I need to stay here for like another full round. Colin.
No, I'm not going to do that. No, I've only got 2 cards. There's only so much I can do.
Okay. So I'm going to discard 2 more cards to activate the room. The hatch control will let me unlock a chosen escape pod.
You've got 3 to choose from.
Yeah, I'm not going to lock B just now, because there's too much going on down there right now. B is absolutely swarmed with old intruder and queen.
If you don't, then I might have to go away from B and head.
Well, that's probably for the best.
Towards A.
Yeah. So you head towards A and lead them away, and then I can sneak into B. I'm going to unlock one of the A pods up the top, please. And so if you flip that over, you'll see they have a blue side or a white side to signify it's unlocked now. And that's me. I'm all actioned out.
Okay, my turn. I'm going to use Scout's ability. Actually, first, I'm going to use this energy charge to reload my motion scanner.
Yeah, I think it will. You'll have to use an item, though. I think you will have to spend a card, so keep that in mind.
Okay, let's just have a look here first then. I might be okay. If I use a suppressive fire, I can discard an ammo token from my weapon to move chosen character, including myself, to neighbouring room, as if there is no intruder in my own room.
Oh!
Provided that there are open bulkhead doors in the corridor leading to it.
That's really nice.
So I'm discarding an ammo from my rifle.
Yeah.
And I'm
back into the hibernatorium now.
I think I will.
Now, do you have to? So it said as if the intruder wasn't there, which means it doesn't get to attack you. You're not making an escape, but I think you'll still need to make a noise roll for going into the room. I think. Okay. So you're escaping attack, but you may not be escaping completely. 3.
And
Uh-oh.
All right. Okay. Fantastic.
They were ready for your plan.
And I can't do anything about that because I choose to do the suppressive fire first instead of reloading my motion scanner.
Oh my goodness.
Colin, if
the
you
bag,
would, please.
Oh man.
Larvae.
That would be kind of
larvae. It's not a larvae.
What is it?
It's an old intruder.
Oh my goodness. And now we see why we get so many of these miniatures in the game. It's gonna panic you.
Hello.
Yeah, the middle of the board all of a sudden is full of action.
So I'm already panicked.
You're already panicked, which means the effect is going to happen instantly. And the effect is paralysis. You You discard all cards from your hand, apart from contamination cards, and take a panic token. But you've already got a panic token, so you basically just lose any cards remaining in your hand.
I can't rest before I see this. I can't be like, have a little snooze.
Yeah, you can't rest when there's an intruder in your space as well,
Last.
because it's a bit too tense.
Okay, so I've lost all my cards. I can't do anything else unless I shoot it. No, it would
you need
require...
cards to shoot it.
Okay, well then there's nothing I can do other than to
Cry deeply.
Wibble in the corner.
watch my inevitable fate. It'd be okay.
Maybe blowing up the ship is for the best.
Maybe you should start killing things.
I just did kill something.
More things, please.
I'm out of pistol ammo. I could do with some energy charge, Lance. I could come to you and you could pass me an item and that'd be dead good.
No, I'm paralyzed.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, Coco, what's the plan?
This thing is
Shotgun
lifting me
shells
up by my
I
throat.
do still have shotgun shells left. 2.
I have 2 cards left. I'm thinking, should I move once and then rest? Get rid of the panic, or just move twice?
I think move
Getting
once.
slimed.
Yeah, I think you have to move once and then just see what happens with your roll, because the queen could follow you, or you could have another alien appear. Like right now, this bottom part of the board is getting really.
This is kind of scary place to be, so
Yeah.
for sure I'm getting out of here.
So one card to
Discard
move,
one to move.
and this roll is like just
The roll of my
yeah.
life.
Usually
Oh.
that would be silence, and you'd be A-okay, but because you stink of slime,
I'm so slimy.
the queen is going to chase after you. So I'll move you around a bit. There comes the queen.
And now do I have to do a panic test?
Now you have to do a panic test, but you're already panicked.
And I'm panicked.
So the result of the panic is poisonous fumes. He draws a card from the contamination deck and takes a panic token, but you're already panicked.
panicked.
So here is a contamination card into your discard pile.
Okay. I'm going to keep going.
Keep running into the showers, because
Good idea.
all horror movies and alien movies end well when people run to the shower room. Okay.
Oh my goodness. The slime slipping me up. It's so stinky.
Yeah, and another panic card as it chases after you. Lance is so delicate with the queen, I love it.
Hello.
Hello. The panic card you get this time is Painful Fall. If the player has less than 3 cards in hand, he gets a light wound and takes a panic token. So it's only your first light wound. You're fine.
What I imagine is because this guy's in a wheelchair, he's frantically wheeling around the corridors, and there's like an Indiana Jones scene behind where this alien is just
Barreling after him.
yeah.
Massive queen.
Okay, so what's actually happening now is we're all leading the aliens back to the hibernatorium where we're meant to be going to sleep. Well,
Yeah, that was never the plan anymore once the auto-destruct isn't going to be disabled.
oh man, this is so bad. All done then?
Yeah, I think so.
You might be able to escape.
I wasn't going to say it, I'm going to go about my business. Intruder attack phase then. So anyone has intruder in their space is going to take attacks. So Scout alien attack is claw attack, which will work with adults. If the player has 3 serious wounds, he dies. If he doesn't, he gets a light wound and a card from the contamination deck. So
Wound and a contamination card, please.
Yep. oh man. Our decks are all starting to get a bit full of these contamination cards, which can't be used for actions at all. They just start to clog up your deck. And your light wounds, so that's you done. Coco. For the queen. Bite. If the player has at least 2 serious wounds, he dies, but you don't, so it's okay. If he doesn't, he gets 1 serious wound. Straight up serious wound. And a card for contamination deck. So for the first time, there's your contamination deck card. We're going to get to see serious wounds. Remember, 4 serious wounds is death, but a lot of the attacks that happen will kill you if you have multiple serious wounds already. The other downside with serious wounds is you get a serious wound card. So this one is a serious wound on your leg. So what this is going to do is the player has to use 2 cards instead of 1 to perform movement. Not escape though. So for escape, you're still fine with 1 card to try and get away, which is crucial to the current predicament.
So now it's what phase now?
Now it's fire phase, which is not too bad, because it means this little guy who's stuck in here is going to go up to 3 wounds. He's going to take another hit from that fire. And then we're going to have the event phase. And the event we have is lurking. Move all the intruder tokens that are not in a fight to the pool. This is actually pretty good for us. So my understanding of this card is basically anything that's not currently engaged fighting somebody else, it's going to head back to the pool. The unfortunate thing, though, is they're going to move first. We have to check to see if any of them would become engaged. And you can see here, according to the movement, any larvae or young or adult ones will move according to 4 on the map. So this guy would actually move back to the nest, which is fine.
And this guy would move over here to the gun room.
This guy on fire would move away as well. So actually,
all 3 of those have escaped.
They're basically going to take all their models off the board. So 3 adults and 3 adult tokens. If you want to grab 3 adult intruders there, Colin, they'll go back into the pool. Now, in a way, this seems good, but actually that alien's now going to be essentially healed because he's lurking away. And those now have the potential to come back in our faces rather than being on the outside of the map. Now, all players present in a room with no intruder have to make a noise roll, which is just me, and thankfully my noise is all gone, so hopefully nothing too bad. Silence.
That's good.
That, I can't work out at this point. I feel like that's helped us now, but in a turn or two time when we've made more noise, that's going to come back and bite us. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here and we're going to right back with the next round. Okay, so we're down to 3 rounds until a jump, 2 rounds until we reach the final. This is it. This is a penultimate round. Then we only have 1 more, and then it's ship destruction. We get that right. Yeah, we play this one, moves. Play this one, moves. Yeah. So I don't think I'm going to make it back to the hatch.
So
looking at the board, if I spend 4 cards to open 2 more pods, can you guys take the same pod together? Is that possible? Can you guys both take A together?
they're both the same distance away
I may be able to get to A.
from the hibernatarium, so
Oh man. I kind of feel like, you've only got 2 cards, Lance, because of the intruder in your space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay.
So I will get there, but I don't think I'll be able to get into the pod.
Yeah.
The chances are the intruder might follow me anyway.
well, at least there's no noise there at the minute. You could get away with it. It would just make it risky for me coming behind you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tempted to come to your space to help you fight the queen
Oh yeah.
with my shotgun. The thing I'm concerned about is the queen, along with her breeders, draw 2 cards before they take a wound, which means the queen can have anything between like 6 and 12 health at any given moment. I'm not sure even in 2 rounds, if I come at her, I'm going to be able to get her. So I think running from her is...
I think you should just go to the cockpit and stand.
Captain the ship to change the destination to somewhere that'll look really beautiful.
Yeah.
Just jump and then... okay, so my plan, I think, is to open 1 more hatch for B for either me and you, or you 2 guys go to A together and I'll go to B on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is so bad. This is terrible. You need 2 cards to activate a hatch, plus you can't have any intruders nearby. Otherwise they follow you in.
Well, it's your turn.
Oh man. I want to support you guys. I feel like you're being honest.
That's a good plan. 1 more. I can
Couldn't
open
have
1
waited
more
1
pod.
turn at destruction.
Oh, you started the jump. I had to get the head start on you.
Man. Oh. Okay. I'm going to do the honourable thing. I'm going to discard 2 search cards to open up. Well, this is pod B down here. So we now have a 2-seat pod here active and a 2-seat pod up the top at hatch A up there active as well.
Mm-hmm. What's next on your plans?
I'm trying to work out if I want to fight this queen or not. I'm scared if I run in that we could end up with even more intruders.
Maybe don't, because
Just wait.
the chances are we're not going to kill it. With your two shotgun
shotgun
blasts,
shells.
you'll do maybe 3-6 damage.
The
max.
maximum damage, the absolute maximum I could do would be something like
You roll
8. If I roll double, the shotgun does an extra one, and we know they're weak to energy, so I could eventually do 4-4, but that would be incredible odds. Like, that would be just ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to use rest, which lets me either discard a panic token, and this is my just rest. This is a card that everybody has, but you can only use it when you're not in combat, crucially, or it'll let me scan one of my infection cards. So I have a contamination card in my deck, in my hand currently, and I'm going to scan it to find out if I'm infected or uninfected. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to quite see that. It's quite difficult. I'll have a quick look. So I am not infected currently, which means I remove it. So that card is gone from my deck, which is great. If it was infected, I would have to take one of the specimens and put it on my character sheet to show that I have found an infected larvae inside me that could potentially burst out. So that's quite good. There's nothing worth revealing. Do you know what I'm going to do? Just in case, I'm going to get rid of my knowledge of the ship, and I'm going to combine my tools, my chemicals, I'm going to make a flamethrower. Maybe, just maybe, if we have to go ham on the queen in the last turn, if it turns out that we're not going to make it, I'll take the queen down for pride.
Okay.
So I'm going to do those. I'm going to get myself...
Is that your turn over?
That is going to be... Just show there's the flamethrower. Check them out. Yes, the flamethrower is going to enable for me to, with 4 ammunition, basically always do damage unless I roll a miss. The downside, though, is if you roll double hit, you end up setting fire to the room, which could backfire a lot. Over to you, sir. What have we got?
I'm going to discard my interruption to run away. Running away.
Intruder?
Okay, so when you're escaping, you've got to make an attack roll to see, or make an attack card to see if it does anything.
Yep.
You've got claw attack. If the player has 3 serious wounds, he dies. You're all good. If he doesn't, he gets 1 light wound and another card from the contamination deck. So 2 light wounds. It means a 3rd light wound, and you would be seriously wounded once. So for now, you're all right.
And a dice for noise.
A dice for noise. There you go.
Okay.
It's a 3.
It is a 3.
It's in the vent.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's actually spot on.
And I'm going to discard my last card into the Section A evacuation hatch.
Okay.
And I'll roll...
Do you now, just before you do you want to consider waiting for that movement and reloading your motion sensor? Because if you run in here and you roll a 2, all of a sudden
It's 50-50 now at the minute.
well, no, it's not. This one's okay. It's only a 2 that we're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
If you avoid a 2, this is the best play ever. The downside is you can't reload that motion sensor without paying a card, and you've only got 1 card, so it's move or refill it.
You're this close, Lance. Why risk it now? You've got a whole other round to go. You could still make it out.
I want to risk it. I really want to risk it. Give me that dice.
Oh man, so a 1, 3, or 4 would be fine, a 2, and you're going to get pounced on at the escape hatch. That really sat on 2. I swear that sat on 2 and then rolled back 3. So
Amazing.
where's that going to go? Up beside the this side of the bulkhead.
This side of it?
Basically. Well, yeah, it's all one corridor basically. You've got cojones of steel, man. I wouldn't have had the nerve to chance a dice. So you're ready. You're ready to get out of here.
Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't go towards my primary goal, which was to save the ship.
No, was it really?
Yep.
Oh man, you could have absolutely ran the generator and stopped the explosion. Oh.
Well, I would have prevented
that. Okay, Coco.
Okay, right. I've only got 2 cards, but I'm going to use one of them to run away.
Make an escape action.
An
Where
escape?
are you running to?
Let's head this way into the hibernatarium.
Yeah, so you're going to have to make an escape attack first of all.
Yep.
So this is transformation. Change a young specimen form into a breeder. All the players present in this room draw a panic card. So I think that's on the board specifically. I think it would be because it's actually a form, a model. I think we don't have any young specimens currently in the board, so that's okay. All the players in this room though do draw a panic card. So your panic card is...
This might kill me.
Oh, well, to build the tension, it's just a simple shuffle card, which basically just means that what we do is we pick the deck, shuffle up It actually says draw another card, and then we'll shuffle. So I'm just going to shuffle first. I'll let you. Do you know what? Here you go. Choose your fate. We'll do it that way. There's a bit of a
Paralysis. If the player has less than 4 cards in his hand, he discards all cards from his hand and takes a panic token. Well, that's okay.
Well, that means you're stuck in the room with the adult intruder, though.
But I'm not dead.
You're not dead.
That's what I was fearing.
Okay. Noise roll.
Yes.
Good luck. That's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's actually dead good.
Not so bad. That room's kind of quiet at the minute.
Okay.
And that's me.
I don't want. I'm looking like the one that can't make it off right now. You better not take that B pod without me.
No, I won't do that. I'm moving very slowly.
This is dead bad. Okay. All right. So, intruder phase. No intruders in the rooms. Oh no, you have an intruder in your room. Sorry, forgive me.
yeah.
So you are going to get.
Is this one room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hibernatorium basically is just one big chill out area. Frenzy. Now this will work with breeders and queens, but not with adults. So you are fine. That would have meant that any players in the room with 2 serious wounds just die outright. So that's good. No breeder means you skip that one. Just make sure that's right. Yeah, that is right.
Thankfully I didn't draw that escaping the queen.
Fires. Well, that fire continues to burn that we had in the monitoring room. And then event. We have, oh my goodness, speaking of fires, we have the fire expanding. I'm not sure how good or bad this is for us. So first of all, we have movement. So all young, all breeders, and all queens are going to move by 4. Oh, that's actually amazing. That has cleared the space.
No, that's
nope.
an old.
He is
That's
an
an
adult,
adult.
so he's going to stay where he is. But that's cleared a room that I had to run through. Now, we lower the number of items in each room with a fire marker by 1. So the monitor room is going to burn, and its last item is going to be gone. Then the fire spreads. Put fire markers on all rooms neighbouring with the rooms where the fire was to be found. So, command center, the shower room, and the communications room are all going to catch fire. Fire doesn't spread through closed bulkhead doors or technical corridors. So, wow. That was epically timed. All right.
This ship is definitely going down.
Yeah, it's absolutely going down. That's our event. Time mark is moving forward. We are down to the final round before this ship self-destructs. T-minus 1 round. 1 round. This is it. And then the ship is going to blow unless someone stops it. And then we'll have 2 rounds until we jumped to wherever our coordinates are currently aimed. Earth, of course. All right. I'm making an absolute mad dash. I'm going shower room, hibernatorium, emergency room, evacuation. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 with 2 cards left. My final 2 cards to hopefully jump into an escape pod. I have 6 cards. It has to go perfect. Otherwise,
Might you actually be better going past the queen? Because that's only...
1 space less, but...
Oh, well, that's still 1 escape.
So
Roll
1,
either
2,
way,
3,
actually.
4, 1, 2... Oh, it's the same distance either way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2... Yeah, same distance either way.
There's 3 noise over here as well, which
There's more chance of something.
could be troublesome for you.
The scary thing is if I
Yes.
get panicked, I'll be like down to 2 cards at that point, and if I get panicked and something causes me to lose my cards just before I make it to the evacuation act, you gotta do it. You have to. This is it. There is 60 seconds until the ship blows up. It's time to go. Okay, so discard a card to move. I'm gonna move across into the shower room, and I'm gonna roll my noise. I'm hoping for no 2 to 1. That is A-okay. So I'll just go beside me. Now I'm going to make a dash. Oh, sorry, Queen. I'm going to move into the hibernatorium, please, there, Lance, if you don't mind. Good stuff. And I need to make another roll.
You know, push him on the way.
Yeah, 4. That is fine. That's going to go up into that corridor up there.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong color cube.
And because I knew the intruder was there, I don't get panicked by walking into a room with the intruder. That's absolutely fine. I'm sorry, Colin. If I could lift you and bring you with me, man, I literally don't have the cards to spare, so I'm going to run by the scientist into the emergency room. Everything looks bad here. A 2 is what I really need, or a silence.
Oh!
The tension is. Oh, hold on. So that was 1, 2, 3. I need to move again, so I'm going to get rid of my repair card for my final move, which is going to bring me down from there into the evacuation hatch itself, and another noise roll.
Yeah, 3, 4.
That's
or
2.
Oh, the 2.
Okay. No, that means one's going to appear, and I'm not going to be able to get into the hatch.
You'll have to kill it. Use that shotgun.
It
But then I need 2 cards to get into the hatch.
It might be a larva.
Well,
Oh no!
just go down in a blaze of glory.
No!
Use your flamethrower.
I can't believe I made it that far. Oh, flamethrower. I get myself a old intruder.
Here we go.
No, it was so close.
You're just sitting in the pod, waiting for you.
Here comes the panic. It is poisonous fumes. If the player has less than 5 cards in his hand, he draws a card from the contamination deck and takes a panic token. You mother trucker. So if I do 1 to attack it, and even if I kill it, I've only got 1 card left, and I need 2 to get into the hatch. Why?
Blaze of glory time. Get that flamethrower out.
Flamethrower, you think?
Yeah.
And set fire to my own room?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna go shotgun purely because
Does more damage.
it could potentially do much more because it's an energy weapon, and we know that's what they're weak to.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make an attack. Any hit or basically any adult symbol is what we're after. That's 1 hit. With shotgun, that'll be increased to 2 hits, and with the weakness energy, be increased to 3. So he's 3 wounds taken, and his current health is 5. Come on, for pride. My last card, getting rid of my pilot skills to make my final ammunition shot for my shotgun. Is a miss.
So what happens now is Az gets eaten alive.
Dramatic end.
I was so close. I opened the pods for everybody. I was really.
It's just the panic you were shaking. You didn't know where to aim. The last shot missed.
I love the idea of like shooting off and wounding him, and then just acid spewing over me, and just like as I slide down the glass of the escape pod hatch, going. Yeah. Lance, can I interest you in safe evacuation?
Yes.
Hey! And you may immediately launch that pod.
Wait a minute. Not cool, bro.
That's all the aliens.
I was only trying to save humanity.
Don't worry,
Wow.
safe. Life is safe with me. Hold on a second,
yeah.
actually.
Oh. Well, you'll find out at the end
Oh my.
what happens to you. Because right now you could still be carrying a larvae inside
I've got 2
your...
of these.
I hope you're infected.
Colin,
Leaving me behind. Come on, guys.
what's the plan, sir?
I've got 2 cards left.
Yep.
Because of my serious wound, I would need 3 cards to get to either evacuation hatch. So I'm also going to go out in a blaze of glory. I'm going to try and take this adult down.
Get him, man.
So
Turn and fight.
with the first one, I'm going to throw a concussion grenade at him, because why not?
Okay.
It's going to give me a light wound, but sure.
What does it do to him?
So throw into a neighboring room or use it in your room. The chosen intruder receives 2 damage, and all other beings, included you, present in the room, receive a light wound. So
Wow. All right. Put 2 damage on him there.
I'm not looking so great.
Okay.
He's down to 2. That would be 3 plus the...
Yeah. And I will draw a card for him because this was
extra.
essentially an attack. So, oh my, that is a P, which means he actually retreats.
Oh, cool.
You've just scared him away.
Yes!
And we draw an event card to find out which direction he retreats, and he retreats by number 1
Number 1.
to the emergency room where you need to go to get healed.
I'll just get into one of the hatches.
I'm going to get into a hibernation pod and sleep out these last moments of the ship's
Rest
life.
peacefully.
Yeah.
Enter. Okay. So, player phase would end. Intruder phase, I am locked in combat with one, which means it's going to attack me, and it is an adult, which will trigger off this one. It says if the player has at least 2 serious wounds, he dies. If he doesn't, he gets a serious wound. Oh. And a card from the contamination deck. No more combat. Fires would just burn away as they currently are, and then we'd move the timers, and we would hit that dreaded skull on, and the ship erupts as the pod jettisons his way. My blood disappears out, and you pridefully take him back the main room.
Yeah.
Now it's not over, not technically. I'm dead. You're dead.
I'm dead.
But Lance, you're currently making a dash for it.
Yep.
Now what we have to do is check to find if Lance is actually infected. So 2 contamination cards. Have your scanner. So I don't know if this is going to show. We'll try and see.
I don't think it'll show on camera, but...
No.
So what does that say?
Yeah, I'll let you see it. You get up there close, bud.
It says... not infected.
Come on, we got a chance. We got a
And
chance.
card 2
We got a chance. We got a chance.
says not infected!
No!
I'm alive!
Now, what was your primary goal? You pass it over and we'll put it on the camera. So, what was it?
It was to get to Earth on the ship with 2 engines safe.
You were honest from the get-go.
Wow.
Yep.
You were honestly trying to get us back to Earth. So you failed.
But I'm alive.
To tell the story of Colin the Betrayer. Mine was all for one, one for all. Or at least 3 of the crew members must survive, including me. I was legitimately trying to keep
Very
everyone alive.
noble goals for everyone, except for me.
What was yours, Colin?
I had to send a signal, which I failed to do. The room was broken, it was so far away. But secondary to that, I also had to destroy the nest or blow up a ship.
Which would
I
destroy
did
the
do. I did
nest.
blow up the ship, so I have it done.
Wow. It really looked like we were doing so, exceedingly feel bad how well we were doing for the first 3 rounds, and then just the noise cascaded, the fire cascaded, the nest into queen, into chasing, into the slime was so impactful.
Yeah, you guys played terribly.
I don't think I'm the only one that killed anything. I'll take a glory steal for that.
This is me right now. Right off shot camera into space. Live!
Well, look, guys, we really hope you all enjoyed that. If you are keen, go and check out the Nemesis Kickstarter from Awaken Realms. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this, it is still going. Please bear in mind, everything you saw here was still a prototype, including the rules, which we did jury-rig when we needed to. But we hope you enjoyed that. I definitely thought it was. The real bit of suspense there, and I'm very glad it lured me in. I did think we were on for a chance. My goodness. All right, leave your comments below. Let us know what you think of it, and we'll see you again soon.
We hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming Let's Plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe, and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.